Then in primary, I was taken to a boarding school. So in the boarding school, it was a military boarding school. So you kind of have to do things to make money. So I used to draw on people's PE shirts, and they pay me. Now they pay me with food, or so you know how boarding is. You know how it works. Yeah, they pay me with mandazi, and so it kind of became a brand. Even with people who've known me since primary school, they've always known I know how to draw.
Hello, welcome to this episode of Talks on Your Timeline with your host Celine Mirugi, where we talk to successful people and explore the decisions that help them get to that point. And today I'm joined by a very great guest, Randa. Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're most welcome. And I am very fascinated by your story. I have read about your story from, online. I've heard it from my sister. So I'm just very happy to actually have you on the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And let's just jump straight into it. How was it for you growing up?
I'm a last born of 5. I'm the 5th born. So I have a lot of people to look up to. So one of my brothers is an artist. His name is Oliver. He's a visual artist. He's part of why I even started drawing, because starting my business, I started as didn't just start it out of the blue, but I'm going to get into that. I grew up. I was born here in Nairobi and raised here, and it's been pretty okay.
Yeah. And you said that your brother was in the art space. So for you, are you always exposed to that creativity? Because for you, you have such a unique story in that you have found a very good balance between science and art, and we'll explore a lot of that. So did a lot of that influence come from your older brother?
Yeah, a lot of the influence art-wise came from my older brother, and a lot of the academia and science came from my sister, who actually is my role model. So that's that.
So actually in this case, like both of your siblings, both in very diverse fields, but
Yeah.
kind of shapes the kind of journey that you've had so far.
Yeah.
And I actually got to know you through my sister because you went to the same school, Maryhill Girls. So how was that experience for you in Maryhill? Did that hone into any of the things that you've now accomplished, like more on your art side or more on your science side? How was it like for you?
Maryhill was a very good school, I'd say, because it's actually one of the few schools that offered art and design, a girls' school, because we didn't really have a lot of national schools offering art. So I kind of started from there. I had my art teacher, Mr. Gashari. He was the one who taught me how to actually draw and use grid and do portraits. And it gave me this opportunity, because if I wouldn't have known I know how to draw on paper, I wouldn't have gotten the confidence to draw on people. So
Yeah, for sure. And was that the art and design, was that the first place where you got immersed in art, like yourself? I know your brother was also in it growing up, or are there other art forms you had already explored by the time you went to high school?
I actually remember the first time I ever drew. There used to be these Archie comics. We had a lot of them in the house, so I could just look at the reference, the comic, and draw it, and it comes out exactly as it is. That's how I started drawing. This was when I was about maybe 5 or 6. Yeah. Then in primary, I was taken to a boarding school. So in the boarding school, it was a military boarding school. So you kind of have to do things to make money. So I used to draw on people's PE shirts, and they pay me. Now they pay me with food, or Yeah, so you know how boarding is. You know how it works. Yeah,
For
they pay
sure.
me. They pay me with mandazi, and yeah, so it kind of became a brand. Even with people who've known me since primary school, they've always known I know how to draw.
And the calligraphy.
Yeah, those are things if people writing letters to their girlfriends. I used to do that, and they pay me. Yeah.
Nice. So you actually started the entrepreneurship part
Yeah.
way back there, said in primary school.
Yeah.
And when you went to high school, now that's when you started thinking about it more professionally, because now you're taking classes in art and design. Did you also continue working through high school?
In high school, I used to do portraits. I don't know. I would have brought them, but I think you'll just attach like
Yes, I
an
can insert
image.
an
Yeah.
image. Yes.
I used to do. I'll show you the first ever portrait I did. It was of my mom. She paid me 10,000 shillings. That was the most money I'd ever seen. Like I'd ever like seen my own money. So I kind of figured, oh, so this is something I can eat from. Like she paid me a lot of money and kind of taught me how to value my work. Even if I was young, I was in Form 2, I was 16. I still need to know how to value my work, because a lot of artists undervalue their work. So you kind of get demotivated because you're doing so much work and you're not getting paid.
No, I love that. And I love that for you, valuing your work started right from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll definitely talk about how, as an artist, I can know how to value my work, or how do I even know how to price my work, right? Okay, and for you, when you were still in high school, so you've landed your first gig, which is actually from your mom, actually.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. That is such an amazing support system that you have there. What did you imagine your post-graduation, so post-high school graduation life being like? Did you imagine still, because you are very academically talented also, so did you imagine you're going to take the traditional academic route like a lot of us do in Kenya, or did you imagine, now that I have seen I can earn from this, I'll actually go full-time into the art space?
Immediately after high school, actually I finished high school late because of COVID. I was supposed to finish in 2020, then I ended up finishing in 2021. I didn't really have the time that, the way typically you usually have one entire year to just enjoy until you join uni. Because I finished in April, and by September I'd already started uni. So I had I don't know, around 5 months to myself. My folks wanted me to go to like a computer school, the ones that they usually take you to after high school, like immediately after high school. I said no, because I already know how to like use the computer, and I thought those skills wouldn't take me anywhere. But I know now I'm wrong. I need to learn how to use Excel. So I'll go back. So I refused, and I went back to the artist who I started working in railways. Actually, I need to backtrack. I started working in Nairobi Railway Museum when I was in Form 2, because my brother was also working there as an artist. So here, there used to be a tattoo artist. Actually, I'm getting to how I started tattooing.
No, I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go on. Yes.
There used to be a tattoo artist there. One of the tattoo artists moved to now downtown, close to Afya Center on Ronangala Street huko. So immediately after high school, I went there. I started hanging out there. I want to know, like, you guys are making money. Like, I also want to be part of this, because now my parents aren't giving me money. Why would they give me money and I'm not doing anything? I just started hanging out there, and now I asked them, like, see, you guys now, like, see, you train me, I pay you pole pole, because and he actually told me, you need to put money to make money. You have to invest money to make money.
That's
So,
actually a very
yeah,
common sentence we've been hearing so
you
far.
have to use money to make money. So I paid him a deposit to actually train me, because I knew how to draw, and I knew they knew I knew how to draw. But usually when people start tattooing, especially artists wallpaper, there's usually this what do we call kiburi in English?
Pride.
Yeah, this
Yes.
pride.
An ego.
Yeah, this ego. You say you know how to draw on paper. Tattooing haiwezi kushinda. But now on paper, a paper won't scream when you're drawing it. A paper doesn't heal. So you actually have to go back again and learn tattooing from scratch, even if you feel like it's they're just making me draw lines. Sasa hii itanisaidia aje? So yeah, that's how I started. Immediately after high school, I'd have a year to myself. I go to driving, but I didn't have that time. So my folks just told me, you just find one thing to do, because you can't just be in the house being idle. So it kind of came to me um serendipitously. Is that a word? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something I'd planned. I'd been told, where you can't be staying here in the house and people are leaving.
So you actually started the tattoo even before you joined the uni now, as you
Yeah.
said, and you already had a very small window. So it was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this started. And you said with learning about tattooing, yeah, as you said, there's skin, there's safety, there's permanence. Because this is someone's, I guess for some people, even a tattoo is an identity, right?
Yeah.
And you said you start from the very basics, and you said you learned the process. What does learning the process actually look like? Like, are you trying it on yourself? Is there like a canvas that you get? What does the learning process look like?
The learning process is it would take maybe 3 to 4 months for you to learn how to do like basic tattoos, like the ones no shading, just line work, like just the Pinterest ones. I know you know them, the not the big ones. 3 to 4 months. You start with this practice skin. It's silicone. You can get them online, or they're actually very readily available. Then from that, you tattoo on maybe like banana peels, oranges, to test your depth, to test how to teach you how deep you're supposed to go into the skin. Then after that, you start doing free tattoos. Sasa
To people.
testing, yeah, but you have to let them know I'm training. So if you're coming, you have to know I'm training. So don't come with a crazy design, or don't expect, yeah.
Oh wow! So it is actually a process. It's actually way more lengthy than I imagined.
Yeah.
But yeah, that does make a lot of sense. And at what point did you start feeling confident in the kind of tattoos that you draw? I mean, I can only imagine going from, as you said, a banana peel to a person. It's
Yeah.
the very first, person that you're tattooing on, right? So how did you feel about that?
The confidence came in when I started tattooing my friends, and the tattoos didn't look like they didn't look amazing. I'm sorry, my friends, but they know, like, they didn't look amazing, but they didn't look bad either. To the point of the other friends are seeing and they're asking, "Yeah, ulieko hii tattoo wapi?" And they refer more people. But gaining the confidence to even charge the way I'm supposed to, it took almost 2 years. Because I felt like, wow, there's still some pieces I can't do this. I still don't know everything. What if someone comes and asks for this specific tattoo that I know I can't do? But with time, it just came to me. Yeah.
And at this point, can you do any tattoos, or are there times when you've had to be like, maybe let's defer that to someone else, or yeah.
I can do any style tattoos. It just depends on these I know there's artists who are actually veterans of the industry, who can maybe even do a whole leg sleeve in one sitting. I can't do that. I have to break it down into sessions, like maybe 4 or 5 sessions. I can do everything, but just the time is what I'll take longer of. Yeah.
Oh, so career progression for you is less about what you draw, because you can draw whatever it is. It's more about now the speed and the time
The
aspect.
speed, actually.
Oh, that is
Because
interesting.
as you progress, you have to learn how to be able to price yourself per hour. You can't price yourself per hour if you're not fast enough.
Right.
Because clients will start complaining. So yeah, that is career progression for me.
Oh wow! So when you're just getting started, it's like you price per tattoo,
Yeah.
but it's per hour the higher you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And what was it like for your very first paying clients? And I imagine that was before the 2-year mark you said, because you started pricing a little bit earlier than that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the feeling behind landing your first paying client?
My first paying client, it came with a lot of mixed reactions, because the studio I was at, uh, I used to work on commission. A
So you
huge
didn't
commission.
start with your own studio.
No, you can't start with your own studio. I'll explain later why you can't start with your own studio. I was paying a very big commission. I just won't mention what percentage. So my prices actually weren't my prices weren't even that expensive. So I'm already charging cheaply and I'm paying a huge commission. So I walk out of there with maybe, I don't know, just transport back home. With yeah, but I was still glad that someone was able to trust me enough to tattoo them and also give me money while at it. So yeah.
Yeah, let's actually go towards that. Let's go into that growth of going from, that commission based to actually starting your very first business. And you actually were just talking to me about it, how you started from Afya Center, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Uko Town, you were actually downtown. So talk to me about going from, as you said, commission based to actually starting your own tattoo business.
You have to start, even if you're planning to, if you're an artist now and you want to start tattooing and you want to start it as a business, it would be great if you started on commission. You work under someone so you see all the loopholes that are there, not to pay commission, not to, you learn the ujanjas that are there. So when you open yours, your people won't steal from you. So that's why you have to start. You start under someone you see, instead of starting your own place, then unashanga why the business is not businessing. You yeah. Wait, what was the question?
Yeah, it was around starting your own business. So like how you went from yeah, but that's really good advice on like first start under someone.
Yeah.
And how did you transition from starting under from now the commission? You've picked the lessons as you've said, and then now you're going to starting your own business. So at what point did you make that transition?
I actually started my own, started my actually own studio working alone last year. So the past 4 years, I've just been working with or under people.
I see.
When I was in Kilimani, I was working with someone, but not under someone. Like we were partners. I wasn't an employee. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yes, you weren't working under someone. Yeah, you are a co-partner at that point.
Yeah, so I got the courage to start my own place because I'm about to finish my coursework. The only thing that was stopping me from not opening my own was that clients would have come and they're not finding anyone at the studio because I'm in school. You do know I do this
Yeah, and we'll
part-time.
definitely cover that part of school too. Yeah.
Starting your own place can be challenging actually, because for the first month you need to have saved rent for 2 months. The first month people are still adjusting to where you are. People are going to the old shop and asking for you. You're not really, our clients are calling you, you're telling them I've moved to Kileleshwa. Anakwambia that's so far. Mi natoka Thika, mbona ulitoka town?
Yeah, I remember when I met you actually Thika. Which is, I don't know how many I would imagine it would be like a 30-minute drive for someone.
It's just Thika Road. It's not,
Okay. With traffic maybe.
Yeah. So the only thing that was stopping me from opening my own studio was that I was in school and I wasn't sure that I'd have enough time. Like I didn't want to have a studio that anytime a client walks in, they don't know, they're never finding anyone here. They're asking, kuna kuanga na watu hapa kweli? Yeah.
I see. Because also you want to build like reliability, and when you build it, like you always want to know like clients can find you there. And for you going from actually, yeah, you did say you first opened your own studio last year. So between going from now I'm working under someone commission based to being, say, a partner to someone, what was that like? Because also that's some sort of ownership. You may not be, this is my full it's just me, it's not sole ownership, but you were still owning, right? It felt that was also a step up to some extent, right? So at what point did you make that decision of I'm not gonna work under someone, but let me get someone and then we can open the studio together?
I wanted someone like-minded.
Okay.
And I wanted someone around my age so that we understand each other better. the transition to find someone to co-own with, I didn't want to feel surveilled. I don't know. Like, I didn't want to feel. And also, a lot of my clients are women. A lot of my clientele is women. So I didn't want somewhere where, especially in town, it's somewhere anyone can walk in. So
Yes.
maybe we are doing a nipple piercing. Now what? I wanted somewhere we're only two artists and we can agree. I'm using the studio from this time to this time. I don't want anyone else at the studio. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That does make a lot of sense. And when you got to that point where you were opening your own studio, did you have any fears when you were going into that?
I had so many fears because first I'd not told anyone that. I'd not told my parents, so I knew if I if I wasn't able to afford this rent, like it's me, like it's on me. And I don't know if they'd be open to helping out with the rent for the studio. They just tell me, we funga tu, hakuna kitu we haven't given you. So I don't know. I was scared, but I haven't not been able to raise rent so far.
Oh, so
Yeah.
amazing. And so you just took the risk
I just
and
took the risk
and it worked
because
out.
I had some small savings, and I thought instead of sasa ati buying something, say just open my own studio mara moja. I start from scratch because I already had one tattoo bed. I had all my machines though, and I had a TV I bought for my room. So I already have everything I need. Then I just went advancing pole pole.
Yeah, and where do you source most of your clientele from? Is it social media? Is it referrals? Is it just organic Google search?
It's social media and organic Google searches mostly.
I see. So you also have an online marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your online marketing strategy?
I love utilizing ads.
Oh.
Actually, if you have a business, just use ads. Use the ads. You're going to spend 5,000 on ads. Itakurudishia client to 10 times that amount hata. Like, you just use ads.
I see. And is this on Instagram or what other platforms do you use?
Instagram and Google so far. I haven't been able to crack Facebook. I genuinely don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know. I've not been able to get any clients from Facebook.
No shade to Meta.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Do clients usually know what they want when they come to you for? And actually, yeah, she does do both piercing and tattoos. So yeah, check her out. I'll actually add the details, and you'll also shout out your place. But do clients usually come to you knowing what they want in terms of like a specific art, or sometimes is it just like, I don't know, they're just coming because they want a tattoo?
I get a mix of both.
Yeah.
Actually. So there's the ones who come already with this design. I got it from Pinterest, but I'm kind of starting to move away from those. I want you to tell me your idea. I sketch you something, you do what I've sketched. So you have a tattoo that no one else has. I try to make everyone's piece as unique as possible. Unless maybe it's like the words or something, like a word, or that's not something you can play around with.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
from a business standpoint, that is also another avenue that you can expand into, right?
Yeah.
Like instead of rather than just drawing, also the creative aspect. Going back. I mean, rather than just tattooing, the drawing part, right? Going back to you being an artist. So that's actually very interesting.
That's something I also do.
Yeah.
I also do designing. So even when I don't have clients, I just I design for anyone, even clients from the US. I just design from home, and you pay me and I send you your design.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a side hustle.
Oh, is that like a consultation? Like I call you, I'm like, hey, Randa, I want this kind of. So I talk to you what my idea is, and then you put my thoughts to paper.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something
okay.
I do.
And have you ever turned down a client, and why? And or have you always, because it's the tattoo / piercing business.
I turn down a lot of clients, especially there's these piercings that a lot of people like, the damol ones, that people don't understand. They're going to come out, they're going to fall off, they're going to rip your skin off, but client hataki kusikiza. They're going to tell you to just do it, then when it falls off, it's going to be your fault. So I turn away those ones. I don't do face tattoos. I don't do Yeah, I don't like tattoos on the face unless you have your entire body tattooed and you have no other spaces. Yeah.
And I think you also said hand, like, or
Hand, it depends.
you're flexible with
Yeah.
that, like, not the whole hand, just like
Yeah.
the part, I guess. Yeah.
The problem with the hand is they don't heal well. Actually, they don't heal well and they're painful. They're really they are more painful than you can imagine because it's all bone. Yeah.
Have you ever made a mistake when you're drawing, and how do you recover from that?
There's no tattoo I've done that doesn't have a mistake.
Really?
There's no tattoo I've done.
Because I mean, is there even a mistake in, because at the end
Yeah.
it's art,
Yeah.
right?
As long as you don't know, as long as no one else notices it, is it really a mistake?
Yeah, good point, actually.
Yeah.
And when you were getting into and I know we'll transition into now the science part of it, because it's just the art part of it. You're like
Yeah.
multifaceted. But when you were getting started, now more overarching, when you were getting started, were there any like side eyes from like your mom, or parents or family on, okay, like you're actually now doing this for real, like even opening a studio? So when they
Yeah.
found out, so yeah, have you felt that from people around you?
When I first started, like I started when I was 18. Now I'm now 23, so I have 5 years of experience. So when I was 18, I told my mom I want to get into tattooing. I didn't even want to get into piercings. I thought I'd just be a tattoo artist. She first told me, utapata hepatitis, you're going to get hepatitis. And I think it wasn't from a point of like, I don't want you doing this. It wasn't, I think it was from a point of care. Like, are you sure you're going to be careful? Where are you going to start? Who are you starting with? She actually came to my first studio to see.
In Afia Center?
Yeah, she came and ensured everything was okay. And now they started being welcoming when they saw, oh, I'm making a bit of pocket money. I'm making money for, at least I'm buying myself lunch at school. And now they saw, yeah.
Wait, that's so cool. And I actually want to commend you, because I know you haven't, I don't know if you've mentioned it. No, actually you haven't. You did start from Afia Center, and then you've actually scaled all the way to having your own studio in Kilelesha. So I just want to commend you for that, first of all. And also within the time frame that you have in like 5 years. So I feel like that is so amazing. And for anyone who may not be aware of those locations, like you literally went from downtown CBD and now do high-end location, right?
Yeah.
So that is amazing. And going back to university, so we did leave the university part and explore the tattoo. Let's now go back to you getting into university.
Yeah.
You're actually pursuing a degree in pharmacy,
Yeah.
which is insane and amazing at the same time. Why pharmacy?
Why pharmacy? I've always liked chemistry.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd do maybe chemical engineering, but then I was told, what? Name me 5 chemical engineers, I couldn't name even one. So I knew I knew it's not something very marketable, especially here. So I went into pharmacy because you can basically work in any industry. You can work in QC, quality control, in any industry, EABL, a hospital, anywhere. At a makeup brand, you can go into QC anywhere. So it was my parents' idea, and I wasn't opposed to it because I really liked chemistry. It's something I was even known for when I was in high school. So after that, I just went into it. I just wanted to get my license, because something like pharmacy, you can open your own and it runs itself. So it's something you can do part-time. It's not like medicine, where you have to be there and have a consultancy. You can't yeah.
I see. And eventually, do you want to explore, fully explore that aspect or that field, like the pharmacy space? I know you said you can start something and just have it run in the background, but do you want to, the same way you've put so much time into the tattooing or your art space, do you want to do the same for the pharmacy space too?
Eventually, I'd want to merge them. I'd want to maybe get into the pain reduction part of pharmacy. Maybe I formulate a transdermal patch that you put before a tattoo, and the tattoo is painless. A transdermal patch with, I don't know, lidocaine, like numbing. So it's just you place it on top of the section you want to tattoo, and that's something I can develop, because I also feel like there's a lot of pharmacists in Kenya. There's also a lot of tattoo artists. So you need something to make
But
you
I've
stand
never
out.
seen both. I've never seen someone who does both. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you need something to make you stand out, and something to make an impact. Yeah.
And are you currently doing any research while in school for like the work you're currently describing?
The research I'm currently doing is on Alzheimer's, because I like the neuro part of pharmacy, which is something, even the pain pathways are part of neuro. So it's kind of related, but not for, no, I haven't started yet for the tattoo section, because first of all, I'm not even qualified yet to. Yeah.
Oh, so once you get your pharmacy degree, and it takes 5 years,
Yeah.
you're now on your final semester for your fifth year, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Before, but I have a semester where I just do attachment. No, now next semester. So technically I'm on my last semester of coursework.
Oh, I see. And
Yeah.
do you eventually, so you go do the attachment, right? So you're
Mm.
still gonna continue exploring that field even
Yeah.
after you graduate. And does your pharmacy degree influence how you do tattooing as it is today? I know you've talked about you wanting to do some research, especially your interest in chemistry.
Yeah.
Does it influence how you approach your tattooing business today?
It does.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of cleanliness and preparing the skin. I think I know a lot more than someone who hasn't studied it, but but they also do know. I just in terms of cross contamination and skin infections, I think I do that very well. I'm able to disinfect and yeah.
Okay, so there's especially the hygiene part,
Yeah,
because
hygiene part.
the health aspect of it.
Yeah.
And do you ever feel the pressure to just like choose one of those identities, or as you said, you're trying to merge them? Do you ever feel the pressure to choose one, or have your parents, your friends now come around to you being a multifaceted person?
They actually have come around to me being a multifaceted person, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure to go into academia, and yet I feel like I'm comfortable where I am, but I will go into academia just later. But it has to be merged, just as I have explained. It has to be merged, and I also don't think I feel the need to choose one, because I'm not the best pharmacist here, and I'm not the best tattoo artist. It only works when I'm both of these things, because now I'm one of my kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you're right. I haven't met anyone who has like these two fields. Yeah. Okay. And typically when you think about artists, they have a certain look. And then when you think about the doctor, there's a certain look. And I know we were talking about it, especially in the medical space,
Yeah.
where people already have their own preconceived notions of what their doctors look like, or say, and vice. I mean, actually, it would be in that space mostly, because I think within the art space, it's a more accepting space. So has that been a challenge for you, especially as a pharmacist within the Kenyan/African context?
So a lot of there's you always get those looks, especially now that I'm already done with the ward rounds, but you can tell sometimes, you can tell when you're talking to a patient, and they're looking at these holes in my ears. They're looking at your arms. That you can tell they're just looking, but they can't say, because sasa wewe ndio uko, like you're the one helping them. They can't really say anything.
I see. So I guess over time, and because you're one of your kind, and you're setting a trail, right? You're a trailblazer. So at some point, I guess, as we see more people try to intersect these two fields, then we'll start seeing this society being more open-minded as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And going back to both of this, I mean, this is a lot to manage for you, right?
Yeah.
So you've got, I mean, pharmacy school, that's very busy.
Yeah.
And running your own business too, right? So what are the systems that you've established to help you balance both? Yeah, talk to me about even what a typical day looks like for you, and then the systems that you've established.
A typical day.
Yeah.
Say a typical Monday.
Sure.
I wake up according to I usually have classes maybe mostly from 9 a.m. So I wake up at around maybe 7. I prepare. I do my classes till maybe midday. Midday to 1, I go to the gym. 1 to around 3, I go to the lab. Then from 3 now, I start heading to work. So weekdays, I work evenings. And now the whole weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I can work from even 8 a.m. So I've put into place measures to ensure that I don't have to work every day. So I can at least have time to do my assignments, to relax. But my busiest days are usually Saturdays and Sundays.
I see. Because you've got like those are the times when you're booking in all your
Yeah,
clients.
and also I work with booking, so I
Oh.
don't do walk-ins.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And how about your friendships and other things that you're interested in? Do you have things that you usually venture into, like your own interests? How do you balance those two and your friendships?
My friendships work pretty okay because
Yeah.
at the studio isn't like an office at you can't enter.
Yeah.
So if I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, you just come to the studio, then we can hang out after the session, or I can just they just walk around my time.
Yeah, that's actually really good that you've built a kind of community that is willing to accommodate, right? And also for you, whenever you have some time, you also just
Yeah.
call them and hang out with them. And for you, balancing these two fields, what has been the hardest thing actually for you? When you look at, because we talked about pharmacy and we also talked about the tattoo business and the challenges of even the tattoo business, but when it comes to actually balancing the two, what has been the hardest thing for you? Like what is it that you feel like you've had to sacrifice to get that balance?
I have to think about it.
Yeah.
I think I've given school a lot of priority. I've given it so much priority. I just want it to end. I just want to get it over with. Like
You're not going to pursue
yeah.
higher education and all?
I will, but
Eventually.
eventually, it's been like a lot of times. A client is say a client is traveling back abroad, and the next slot I have is 2 weeks from now. So sometimes clients get frustrated because the only days I work, are weekends. But I maximize my schedules, especially when I close school. These are April, August, and December.
Ah, I see. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And now let's go a little bit about, yeah, so now I understand the intersection between the two. Let's go a little bit more into the business because I think you're leaning into eventually that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you actually want to apply your pharmacy and your chemistry interest into scaling your tattoo/piercing business, right? So that does seem like it's going to be a foundational part of what you do with your career. So what's next for you? How do you imagine you'll scale your tattoo business over the next couple years?
I think I'll go into formulation. I just want to make tattooing easier. I want us to be able to make our own inks. I want us to be able to, if you see now mostly we import our inks, our even our equipment we import most of it.
Really?
I'd want to have maybe an industry here where we just make our own, where if you have a problem with an item you can complain. There's no middleman.
Oh, you
Yeah.
currently have to import everything that you use
Yeah.
for the tattoo business?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's actually pretty rough. And did you have to like work with suppliers or do you import your own things or
Yeah, you can. It's
your own
pretty,
equip?
it's pretty easy to import things nowadays because there's
Oh.
these the cargo guys. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, that's amazing. I think this has been such a great episode. So for anyone who's listening to you, who's trying to, find the intersection between art and business like you did, what is some of the advice that you'd actually give to them?
Start now. Start immediately. It doesn't have to be good. Start immediate. Start right now. Just start because by the time 5 years is passing, you're going to say, I've been in this industry for 5 years. Just start immediately. Don't wait.
And that can be in whatever space that is, right? Yeah, because I think I was just telling you that for me, I've always thought about also same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the tech space, and I've always thought about the art space and how to match those. So I'm actually very motivated that, you just went ahead and got into it. Even, like as you said, starting your studio, you hadn't even told anyone that you were actually going to start it, and you just went ahead and did. So I think that's such great motivation. And as we wrap up now, I mean, yeah, I think we've covered pretty much anything. Is there anything else you'd like to add, or did we cover everything that you'd have wanted to?
I think we have, yeah.
Okay, perfect. But I am so glad that you accepted the invite. So thank you so much for coming and for being one of our amazing guests and showing that it's actually possible to choose whichever direction. You literally can you can birth your own career, right? Based on your interests and based on just your own background, and you don't have to have a lot to get started, because you also just got started with what you had, right?
Yeah.
I have to say thank you so much for coming here and for creating time to do this.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And thank you so much again for joining this episode of Talks on Your Timeline. It's been your host, Celine, with our amazing guest, Randa. Please feel free to come back again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and come back for our next episode right here. Bye.